Hello, and welcome to Peace and Release Chair Yoga. Sometimes we need to practice in a chair for various reasons, not always limitations in the body. Sometimes it's just more convenient. Maybe we're at work, or we don't want to change our clothes and get into, super movable clothes, and we just want to be able to do some stretches. So I offer this chair yoga class for that purpose, any of those purposes. It is advisable to use a chair on a mat or on a carpet so that it doesn't slide. So if you're not on a carpet, or if there's any way that your chair would slide when you do some movements on it, you want to be sure that you secure it on a mat. I'm doing it on the carpet because I don't need, it's not sliding the way it is. So you need a chair that has no arms, and I'm going to suggest most of the time that we sit on the front edge of the chair. But for the centering purpose, if you'd prefer to lean back against the back of the chair, you may. So just take a moment to settle into your body. Just feel your sitting bones on the chair. Feel your feet on the floor. Roll your shoulders up and back and down and let them soften. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, you can just drift your gaze down at the floor in front of you, the mat in front of you. Feel your breath come in. Feel your breath go out. Inhale, bringing in peace. And exhale, release anything that is getting in the way of that peace. Peace and release. As you find your mind taking you away from your body and breath, without any criticism or judgment or frustration, just bring your awareness back to feel that next breath. Coming in, going out. Come back to your breath when you notice your attention has moved on. If you choose, bring your hands in front of your heart in Namaste pose. Namaste is a word often used in yoga. And its full version is, I honor that place in you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor that place in you that is of light, love, peace, and truth. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. If you'd like, join me chanting one Om to tune the body's vibrational energy to the vibrational energy of all of creation. Take a breath in. Namaste. So bring your hands to your legs. On an inhale, bring the front of the body forward. On an exhale, draw the front of the body into the back of the body, rounding your spine. This is seated cat stretch or Marjariasana, just to kind of loosen up the spine, see what you feel today in your spine, in your shoulders, in your hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. When you come to the rounded spine of your exhale, let your elbows drop to your legs. And just take a few breaths here, feeling the breath in the back of your body. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades move away from each other as you inhale. They move back toward each other as you exhale. Maybe you feel the breath in the back of the rib cage or even down at the sacrum, or subtle movement. Just let that breath keep coming into the back of the body and exhaling it out. And then bring yourself up to upright. Now you need to be on the front of the chair for this because you're going to bring your hands to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, and you're going to lift the heart. And you're going to feel the breath in the front of the body, just supporting with the arms on the chair. As you inhale, feel your breastbone lift and lower as you exhale. Feel the breath in the front of the rib cage, coming in, going out. And let your belly be soft so that you can feel the effects of breath down into the abdominal cavity. Let your head and neck be comfortable, that you don't have to drop the head back if that's not comfortable. And then come back up to upright. Bring your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers. Lift the left elbow up toward the sky, lengthening through the left side. It's more of a lengthening on that side than a bending in the spine. So keep your torso nice and long and upright and lengthen through that left side to feel the ribs on that side move. See if you can feel that rib cage open as you inhale and soften back as you exhale. And then switch sides, come back to center and lift the right elbow up. Not a leaning, but just a lifting through that side, grounding through the right hip, lifting through the right elbow and shoulder. And feel those ribs moving, inhaling, they open away from each other, exhaling, softening back toward each other. And then when you feel balanced on both sides, come back to center, release your arms down, shake it out, get comfortable again as needed. And just let your body breathe, feel the breath. Maybe you are more sensitive to the movement, the front of the body, the back of the body, and the sides of the body, as we've brought an awareness there. We're going to tune into the various parts of the body again in a slightly different way through Dirgha breath, full yogic breathing. This direction of Dirgha breath, there are many ways to do it, but this direction of Dirgha breath allows us to align and stabilize the spine. So I'm going to describe it before we practice it. When you take a breath in, you want to feel like you're filling the chest area first. That helps it to lift so that it lengthens through the spine. And then you fill the belly and then, the ribs and then the belly. So that you're filling from the top down on your inhale. And then you're going to exhale from the bottom up. So you're going to first draw in the belly muscles, stabilizing the nice long spine. And then feel that air pushing up into the ribs and then pushing up through the chest and out the nose, out the nostrils. So we'll do a couple of rounds of that just in your own time, and just begin when you're ready. As you inhale, fill from the top down, lifting through the spine. And when you're ready to exhale through from the bottom up, drawing the navel to spine, pelvic floor up to stabilize the nice lifted spine. Do that a few times. Any new practice often begins with visualization rather than sensation. And if that's what's happening for you, just continue to visualize that happening. Eventually, you will be able to sense that as well. Filling from the top up, top down, emptying from the bottom up. Make this round your last round and then just breathe naturally when you're done. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. On an inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, lift your chin toward the sky. We'll just move back and forth with your breath. However, if at any point you want to take a couple of breaths in one position to stretch that position more than another, then feel free to do that. Maybe make little movements and feel other muscles that might need a little loosening up. It's your practice. You know where you need to release. Your body will tell you where it needs to release. When the head drops forward the next time, leave it there, keeping the shoulders above the hips. And on an inhale, swing your left ear toward your left shoulder. Exhale down. Inhale, swing right ear toward right shoulder. Exhale back down to center. And again, if you want to stay on one side or the other for a few breaths, just moving in that space, go ahead and do that. Just making the process of this movement work best for you. When you've done both sides evenly, come back down to the center position with the head dropped. And when you're done, lift the head back up, keeping a nice upright spine. So in this upright position, we're stacking the shoulders above the hips and the ears above the shoulders. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. Arms are resting comfortably on your lap somewhere. Reach your arms forward at about shoulder height. Spread the fingers wide. On an inhale, bring your fingertips up and back, pressing out through the heel of the hand. Exhale, drop the fingertips down, pressing forward on the wrists. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, press it down. And then we're going to circle the wrists, inhaling one direction, exhaling back the other way. Turn the palms up when you've done both directions evenly and bring the hands to the shoulders. Inhale, open the elbows away from each other. Exhale, bring them toward each other. They don't have to meet in front. If they just come near each other, that's fine. You'll know what's the right stretch. Try to keep your upper arms parallel to the ground. Don't let them drop down if that's possible. This time, bring the elbows shoulder width apart. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop the elbows down, bring them back. Inhale, bring them up and around. So you're circling the shoulders by circling the elbows. Feel free to bring the spine and the head and neck into it as well, making it feel really nice as you loosen up those shoulders. When you're comfortable, reverse the direction. Elbows come forward and back and down. Keep breathing. And when you feel balanced in both directions, drop it down, shake it out, make sure you're comfortable. You can take your feet a little wider than hip width if you are more comfortable. We're going to work the spine a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more with this seated cat stretch. Inhale, take your arms wide like great wings. They can either be straight or slightly bent, but you want to draw the shoulder blades back toward each other in the back of the spine, behind the spine. So if they're lengthened, you're going to, and you can't feel that sensation, go ahead and bend them. As you exhale, bring the elbows and the hands toward each other. Again, they don't need to meet. You can round your spine. Inhale, open, bringing the front of the body forward. Exhale, elbows and hands together as you round your back. Just feel that nice work in the spine and in the shoulder area, the arms. Make the hands and the arms active. Make this the last one. And then bring the arms back and down. Shake it out. Take the left arm out and up on an inhale. Exhale, this time we are leaning over to the side. Inhale up and bring that arm down. Take the other arm up and over. Now I have an issue with my right shoulder, so sometimes my arm won't extend fully, but you can do whatever works for you. Paying attention to those limitations in your own body. Going back and forth with the breath. Next time the left arm comes up and over, go ahead and stay leaning toward the right. You want to make sure that top shoulder, that left shoulder, is not dropping forward but staying back so that the arm stays alongside the ear. You can bring the hand to the head if that's more comfortable, or you can extend it fully. Feel grounded through that left hip as you lengthen through the left spine, left side as your spine bends. And then come back up. Check it out. And then take the right arm out and up and lean over. Again, you can extend the arm if it's available to you, or you can bend the elbow and put the hand on the head, but you want to make sure this upper shoulder stays back and doesn't cross over, bending you forward. Grounding through the right hip. Nice stretch on that right side, opening the ribs again a little differently. And then come back up to center when you feel balanced and shake it out. And now we'll twist through the spine. Inhale, reach both arms up. Take the left arm forward and the right arm back behind you. Inhale up. Exhale, take the right arm forward and the left arm behind you. Next time the left arm comes over forward, leave it there. Take it to the outside of the opposite thigh, and the right hand is on the back of the chair. It can hold the back of the chair, it can be on the seat, whatever's available to you, whatever feels comfortable. Now I'm going to invite you to take that front arm, the left arm, and bring it to the left side of the chair and gently leverage your twist just enough to make it feel right to you. And then put the hand back on that thigh and feel the difference across the chest. In this position, you're somewhat closing off the chest. In this position, you get to open the chest a little bit more. So just notice that difference and choose a place that feels right to you. Don't over leverage the twist by pushing into that left hand either place. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And this time take the right hand forward outside the left leg, and the left hand comes behind you on the chair. Feel a nice seated twist. And then play with that front arm again. It can be against that opposite thigh, or take the right hand to the right side of your chair and a gentle leveraging to open the chest and deepen the twist. But again, feel that difference. Notice the difference. Feel what works for you best. There's not one right way to do it. Keep breathing. When you feel balance with both sides of the body, both twists, come back to center position and shake it out. Good. And take your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart and circle into your hips. When it's comfortable for you, reverse the direction of that circle. And when you've moved evenly in both directions, come back to center position and up to upright, bringing the feet back to parallel to each other. So let your elbows drop to your thighs. Your hands can either interlace or just rest. And let your shoulders sag. Let your head drop. Come into as soft and relaxed a position as you can. This is a version of seated child's pose, Balasana. Inhaling peace, exhaling release. This is a resting pose, allowing the body to come out of active energy into passive energy, restoring energy. That's the ha and the ta of Hatha Yoga. And then come back up to upright. Now draw the left leg up. You can just simply hold it under the thigh at this level, or you can bring it right up against the chest, holding closer to the torso, whatever is available and comfortable for you. We're going to start with the foot. Inhale, bring the toes back toward you. Press out through the heel. Exhale, press the toes away. Paying attention to what sensations you feel through your foot and your ankle and your leg. And then circle in one direction, inhaling, and back the other way, exhaling. And then come to a neutral foot, and we're going to do what's called inverting and everting. And I'll hold my foot up a little bit more so you can see it. Invert, take the inner edge, the inner arch toward the knee, keeping the foot vertical. And then take it back to center, and then take the outer edge toward the knee. Back to center. Do it one more time. Inner edge toward the knee, outer edge of your foot toward the knee. And then let the foot drop down, let the leg be passive. Now from here we're going to work the hamstring, and we're going to straighten up the leg a little bit, wherever that straightness is for you. It doesn't have to come fully straight. You can hold the torso and thigh together and do this, or you can let the thigh come away from the torso. Just feel the difference between letting the thigh come away and bringing it more toward. A little bit more intense hamstring stretch when you bring the thigh toward the body than when you let it drop down away from the body. Pick what works for you. And then let the leg drop down this time. Hold the knee in the left hand and take the knee out to the left. Just opening up that hip joint a little bit. Keep breathing. And then take it across to the other side, stretching the outer thigh muscle. And then bring it back in line with the hip and drop it down and shake it out. And when you feel ready, take the other leg up. Again, you can hold it right here down, almost parallel to the ground, or you can pull it in toward the torso, whatever is available to you. On an inhale, bring the toes toward you. Exhale, press the toes away. And then circle the ankle in one direction, inhaling, and back the other way, exhaling. And then come back to a neutral position, drawing back on the toes. And then we'll do the inverting and everting. Take the inner arch of the foot toward the knee. Come back to center. Take the outer arch of the foot toward the knee. Just do it one more time. Inner arch toward the knee and outer arch toward the knee. And then shake it out and let it relax. Now we'll work the hamstring again. You can hold the thigh toward the torso. You can let it be a little bit away from the torso. We'll play with it. On an inhale, lift that leg up so that it begins to straighten. Whatever level of straightness is available to you is fine. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, playing with letting the thigh come away or leaving it nice and close. Finding that hamstring stretch that feels best for you. If we're all at our safe edge in any movement or pose, we're all experiencing the same benefit of that pose, regardless of what it looks like on the outside. So don't try to make it look like anyone else. Just feel your own experience. And then let that leg drop down. Take the right knee in the right hand and take it out to the right. Just opening up the hip a little bit. And breathe. And then take it across to the other side, stretching through this outer thigh. And then come back to center. And let the leg come down and shake it all out. We'll come back into the seated child's pose. Elbows on the thighs. Let the back sag, let the head drop. And just breathe and feel and relax as you can. Peace, release. If you like, you can actually let the elbows come off the knees and lay the torso on the thighs and come all the way down and into forward bend, Uttanasana. Let the head drop if you like. Just breathe and feel the sensations. If you prefer to stay here in child's pose, then stay here in child's pose. And then slowly come up. Good. Now we'll do a little core strengthening before we move toward the end of this class. So come back down to the elbows on the knees, except this time you're going to stay nice and strong in the arms and nice and strong in the back, and draw the belly button toward the spine, the pelvic floor up. So this is a version of chair pose or Utkatasana. You can leave the arms right where they are supporting you, or you can explore with a couple of possibilities. You can extend the arms forward alongside the ears, keeping the body nice and strong, or you can take the arms out at cactus arms, keeping the elbows even with the shoulders. Keep breathing, noticing, supporting the pose with the elbows at any point that you need to, but keep engaging the core muscles. And on your next exhale, bring the elbows down and push yourself back up to upright and take a couple of breaths in mountain pose. This is our mountain pose in the chair practice. Tadasana. Hips, shoulders, ears all lined vertically. And we're going to go back into that nice intense chair pose, Utkatasana. So bring the torso forward. Arms on the thighs, hands and arms active, belly active, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, shoulders nice and strong. And again, you can you can stay in this version, or you can come out to this version with the elbows and cactus arms. And we're going to add a little twist to it. So we're going to take the left arm forward and the right arm back. Now, if you're staying in your supported position, support with the back arm as the front arm comes forward. Always end when you need to end. You don't need to wait for my invitation. And on an exhale, come back to the supported chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a breath here. And when you're ready, come to cactus arms or stay supported, and then extend the right arm forward and the left arm back, or support with the left arm as the right arm comes forward. And breathe. Navel to spine, pelvic floor up, so the breath is more in the ribs, in the chest, in the back. And again, be done when you're done. When you feel balanced on both sides, come back down, bring your hands to the legs and push yourself back up and shake it out. Let your belly be soft, breathing back down into the deep belly area. Good. Now we're going to begin to wind down, and this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to sit back in your chair now, and you're going to take both legs toward the left. They don't have to come all the way to the left because you want to keep your torso, your shoulder area flat against the back of the chair. So it depends on how much twist your torso will allow that you want to create just a nice, comfortable twist here. Torso stays back against the chair as the legs go to one side or the other. And then come back to center position. Realign your hips and your shoulders before going to the other side. And then when you're ready, take your legs to the right and bring your torso back flat against the back of the chair. And you might notice one side allows for the twist a little bit more than the other does. The arms can be wherever they're comfortable. If you want them supported, rest them on your legs or on the chair, or let them hang by the chair. Keep breathing. Notice sensations. And when you feel balanced on this side with the first side, bring yourself back down, back to center. And we'll create a chair Shavasana, final relaxation pose as best we can. But feel free if you're at your home and you have the opportunity to, make yourself comfortable on a couch or a more comfortable chair or on your bed or even on the floor. If you want to get down on the floor, feel free to do so. So now you're going to come a little bit to the front of the chair, but now lean back. Keep shifting around until you can get as comfortable as you can so that everything is released. Obviously, the head and neck, if they're not supported by the back of a tall chair, then you've got to hold your head and neck up. But see if everything else can stop working. All the muscles and joints in the body can stop working. Again, if you're comfortable, let your eyes drift closed. Begin to feel the weight of the body release to the chair through the hips, the legs, the feet on the floor. And then moving upwards, feel the weight of the body release to the chair through the hips, up the spine, the shoulders and down the arms. And then at the shoulders, working upward, feel a sense of ease through the neck and the head. Let softness come to your face, your forehead, your temples, cheeks and jaw. Inhale peace, exhale release as your body rests in Shavasana. I'll bring us back with the sound of the chime. before actually moving, just allow your sensations to travel through the body again if you've gone deep within, down to your fingers and your toes. Bring gentle movements there. Then into your hands and your feet, moving them. And then bending elbows and knees and bringing yourself back to a more upright position. And we'll close the practice together. Bring your hands to your heart, inhaling peace. Exhaling release. If you like, join me chanting one Om. Take a breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.